You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk. Greetings, 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 my visionary dreamers. How is everybody doing on Wednesday? You Can Do It Wednesday. And I'm trying to tell you, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. You can do anything that your heart desires. All it takes is a little hard work. I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to scarf my food down again. It is dinner time, which I'm kind of mad I didn't get a chance to finish everything because it was really good. Now it's going to be cold. But anyway, nevertheless, to those who are just tuning in, this is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from the world, saving you from drowning in yourself. Get out your Get out your own way. Get out your own way, y'all. And to those who are just tuning in, this is Chronicles of Living podcast show, the podcast show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. And I keeps it all the way real. I'm very transparent. I just talk about real stuff, real stuff that goes on in this world, goes on with us individually. I'm here for all of us visionary dreamers, and visionary dreamers are anybody that have a dream for anything that you dream about. You're a visionary dreamer. So, this podcast is just to get to the realness so that we can start reflecting on ourselves and becoming better beings, and not just for ourselves, but for the world, for our purpose, for our assignment, for our mission, for the reason that we're here, so that we make the most, get the most out of our life, and others get the most out of our life. So I just want to, today's topic is, so you want to be an entrepreneur? You really want to be an entrepreneur, huh? So, to the visionary dreamers that want that, they want to be their own boss. They want to make their own schedule. They want to make their own money, things of that nature. I'm here to tell y'all it is work, okay? And this topic came about today because I knew I had a challenging day ahead of me because my partner's off today, even though she's a little workaholic. I have to kind of push her out. And then we had this training earlier today, so that kind of knocked out some of my time today, although it was very, very good. Learned some things, and I just love the teachers here. Oh my gosh, they are so awesome. Anyway, that knocked out some time, and then I had to go to the chiropractor because I think I told you earlier in one of the earlier podcasts is I hurt my arm, so I almost forgot about my appointment with that. It just was so many moving pieces in a day, and not to say that I promised you guys that I was going to make sure that the website was up, although I am still not finished, so y'all get to see the beta test, okay? This is the beta, so, you come back next week and some things change, why, but nevertheless, I'm sitting there trying to back the site up because I just wanted to do something before I let it be live. The backup was taking too long, and this is what I'm talking about. So you want to be an entrepreneur. These are the things that you are going to have to know how to deal with, I made you guys a promise. I know I had been saying I was going to put the site back up for a while, but I made you a promise because I wanted y'all to see, what was that show about life and death is in the power of the tongue. I think that was when I made the promise that I was going to bring this podcast up. Bring the website up today. I challenged myself today just so you could see that your words do have power, and you are in control. You really are. And even though I'm not finished, I got some things to do. I still have some testing to do. So don't be complaining. if a link is not clicking, okay, because I still have some things to link up. But nevertheless, at least because you have been following me, you have, supported this show, I thought about it and I was like, you know what? It'd be awesome for them to see a product that's not totally finished, but they get to see as I'm completing the build. And I usually don't do that. I don't like bringing up stuff until it's complete, but I am a person that will keep adding and adding and adding. So this will help me to just chill out and just add as I go along, instead of just keeping it hidden or whatever. So I hope that you guys like the site. It's going to be a lot of information on there, and some of the pictures that you see that don't click nowhere right now, it will click somewhere and it will have information. So there's a reason for all of the little things on there, and I just hope that you like it, and I hope that you follow the blog just as well as you follow this podcast show, because I'm going to have some really good information on there. And I know I'm talking, but this is all a part of the entrepreneurship. I had to take the time out to build a website and take the time out to map out, okay, what do I think you guys are going to like on the website? What type of information should I put on there? Although it's so much information that I'm going to put on there that's not on there yet, but the fact that I do have some stuff on there, so you could kind of see the direction a little bit. And like I said, if it's a little picture misplaced or whatever, this is the first time ever. I'm really just, you should have saw me trying, like right after work, trying to get more things done. I was up late last night. My daughter called me around about, I don't know if it was 10:30, 11 o'clock. Grandbaby, she had to take her to the hospital. She fell, hit her head, and I'm on the phone with her until I think probably 2 a.m. or something, because I'm staying on the phone while she's there, and I wanted to talk to the doctors and stuff, so make sure that they treat my baby right. So and then I woke up at 5:30 this morning. I think I got maybe like 3 hours of sleep. This is what I'm saying about being an entrepreneur, because even though right now I'm working full time, I'm doing entrepreneurship on the side. This podcast show, making the website and all of that is a part of entrepreneurship. And in those moving parts, I have to make sure things are right. I have to make sure my little promotional material is up to par. And, so each thing takes time, it takes time to, like, I made my logo, but I plan on changing it, but that's what I'm doing for right now until I change it. But this is so much, and this is not to scare y'all. This is just to keep it real with y'all, to know that you got to be willing to get in for the long haul, because success don't happen overnight. Like right now, I'm making a couple cents with a couple little things from the podcast, but I'm not really making money like that yet, but I know I will, and I'm being consistent and I'm being patient. And that is not why I'm doing this show. I'm doing this show because this is my passion. So my thing is, when you decide that you want to be an entrepreneur, you better make sure that whatever you're going after, it is your passion. Because if it's not your passion, it's going to seem like work. This doesn't seem like work to me. Although if we had a video camera to tape me all the way up to the moment I push that live button, y'all would be like, this girl's crazy, for real. Because I came out, I left, made sure I clicked the button so that the site can go live. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like, I think it was like 6:07. So one of my clients, her event starts at 7:30, and I realized I didn't put a water pitcher in there and some glasses, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's already 6:07. I want to get something to eat. Dinner started at 6, so I'm like, I had to go all the way downstairs, because our filtered water is all the way downstairs, close to the lobby and all of this stuff. So had to first get the doggone pitcher, find a good one, find some glasses, all of this, run down there, get her some filtered water, come back up, take her to her room, Then I had to run back downstairs, get me a little something to eat so I could bring it up here, set up the podcast, type in the stuff, put the picture up before the little promo, and then bring my notes out. Like all of this within from 6:07 to 6:30. This is all the stuff I did. Y'all should have saw me running up and down those steps. And I'm like, wow, I really want to do this stuff. I was rushing because this is I'm loving this. I love doing this show. I love talking to you guys. I love getting the feedback and knowing that it's helping you in some type of way. And this is what I'm talking about. When you want to be an entrepreneur, this is the feeling that you have to get. If you're like in a situation like I just described, and all those moving parts, and my day, the way it went, and I haven't had a nap or nothing. I'm going off of 3 hours of sleep, 3.5 hours of sleep, thanks to my grandbaby. I love her though. I love them. So this is so I'm still a mom. I still gotta be available for them. I'm working, so I gotta be available for my coworkers, for my clients. For the clients that come in, and I got to be available for me, and it's a lot. You just have to, this is why I have the shows that I have, and I talk about the topics that I talk about, because you really have to get your mind right to be an entrepreneur. I'm like a serial entrepreneur. I have done so many different things independently, and I've talked about some of them, but I've always been independent, and even with the different licenses that I carry, I'm still an entrepreneur. I still always made my own schedule. This job, I don't make my own schedule, but I kind of sort of, if depending on how I do my work, it's almost like, okay, your assignments, what clients you have to deal with, what they need, you need to get their schedule, you know what moving parts you have to get together for them. So depending on how you put it all together and how fast you do, is how much time you have to yourself. And that's why I really love this job. I love this career, because it is somewhat flexible. And then I'm still doing what I love. I'm dealing with people, and it's fun to me. So anything that you do, whether it's entrepreneurship, and especially if you have a full-time job and you decide that you want to be an entrepreneur, it's very, very important that you somewhat like your full-time job, and you somewhat, get along with your coworkers, because if you need to do something and you need to, maybe go somewhere, whatever, and it's pertaining to whatever your business is, you can get that favor from them. You can get help from them. And not even just that, you don't want to be in a full-time job trying to become an entrepreneur, and you hate it so bad that when you decide to work on your visions and your dreams, your goals, or your mission, you're drained. You're mentally drained because of your full-time job. Now, I'm not trying to tell you to quit, but I just know me. I know that I'm not going to be somewhere where it makes me sick to my stomach, or it's just like a knot comes in my stomach every time I come to the door of the place that I'm working. That's just not me. I'm not doing it, because in my mind, I know there's always something better, and I understand that some people, they have fear and they think that that's the only thing they have. That's the only thing they can get. But I'm here to tell you that, again, whatever you want in life, you can have whatever you want, whatever your heart desires. You can have it. You might be saying, oh, really? I can have $1 billion? Yes, you can have $1 billion. Yes, you can. Yes, I can have $1 trillion. I'm out of the billionaires club. I'll be talking trillions, okay? But you can have it. It might not come in your time, but you got to be consistent, persistent. You have to have the tenacity to stand to just keep getting back up. You can't look at falling as failure. You can never do that. If this is what you want for your life, if you want to make your own hours, you want to make your own money, you want to call your own shots, that don't mean that you sleep late. Actually, you wind up working harder. People think that being an entrepreneur is easy. It's not easy. It is not easy. So I need you to get that misconception out of your head ASAP. It's a road that you got to take, and you got to be willing to be patient and to just roll with the punches, because things are not going to always be smooth, and things are all not going to always work out the way you would like it to work out. You know, you got to be willing to stop certain habits. You got to be willing to budget your money. You got to be willing to stop going to go get paid $500 for a weave. They ain't taking no stab at nobody, but I'm just saying, like, these are the things you got to cut back on. You got to be willing to not go get certain name brand, real expensive stuff. You got to be willing. You got to be willing to downgrade. When you become an entrepreneur, and if you live in a certain lifestyle and you got a lot of stuff going on because of your 9 to 5, and you make good money from your 9 to 5, but you decided, okay, I don't want the corporate world no more. I really want to do this thing on my own. Oh, you're going to have to downsize. You're going to have to start training your mind to live a different way so that you can invest in whatever it is that you want to do. I'm not saying that you can't stay where you at and still do it. What I'm saying is, if you want to really maximize your time and you want to maximize your money that you can invest, you need to be real with yourself and downsize as an entrepreneur. You need to become a minimalist. A minimalist is a person that basically just give up everything, give up everything, start over, and just like live off of the bare minimum. And that's what I decided. That was what I decided in my mind, that I wanted to become a minimalist. I felt like this stuff is just weighing me down, and I'm at an age where I just want something new. I want something different, and so I need to shed some things, and you can always get it back. I mean, I always say you can always get stuff back. You can always get stuff back, So yeah, you're going to have to be willing to downgrade and not worry about, again, the status quo and worrying about how you look. You're going to have to be willing to grind. You're going to have to be willing to get up early. Go to bed late and get up early. You're going to have to be willing to miss some meals. Monday when I did the podcast show, I missed dinner. It's plenty of times I did the podcast show that I missed dinner. And sometimes I just went out and got something to eat, and sometimes I just I don't feel like it. I don't feel like driving, So I was like, let me grab a little apple, orange, whatever, something to drink, and call it a night. You have to be willing. You have to be willing to study whatever your field is. Definitely your competition. And when I say competition, I'm not saying, I'm saying you have to be willing to study the top dogs in your industry to see what it is that they're doing. See what it is that you like about what they're doing, what you don't like about what they're doing. You need to have that time that you can study your field until you totally understand. And when you think you understand, trust me, you still don't understand, because everything is ever changing. Every industry is always changing and moving forward. Majority of them, unless you decide that you want to be in an industry that's need to move forward, then you still need to research, because then you need to research, okay, how is it that you can take this industry to the next level, Then you got to be willing to really be truthful with yourself as far as things like credit. You know what I mean? If you got credit cards and all of them maxed out, you need to start paying some of them off so that you can free up some of that money or whatever like that. You need to be willing to start little by little paying certain things off. Now, I'm not saying you can't start going for your visions and your dreams with bad credit. My credit is not A1 at this moment right now. It's okay, but it's not A1. You know what I mean? But I know what I need to do to make it A1. So I know when I have certain things in order, what I need to do. But everybody don't know how to do that. And these are the things that I'm going to make sure that this information, these resources, I'm going to make sure that you have access to them on the blog. You know, in a couple of weeks, you're going to see, I'm going to have some things that you could download. That can really help you in your entrepreneurship and setting goals and things like that. Just to help you, not even just that, not just business goals, but personal goals as well. I was thinking earlier today, y'all know I like to give out homework. I think a good homework assignment for us all, and I'm going to do this as well, is as I was putting together the website, I'll put the first video from when I did the 30-day live Facebook challenge. When you go to the About page, you'll see that video. And that video, when you listen to me, you know, a lot of things came up that day to stop me. For one, I never made it to the hairdresser. And I usually don't just be like, but I decided, like, listen, this is all or nothing. I'm just going to do this, whatever. However I look, I'm just going to do it. And these are the things that you need to be willing to do. Like, you need to be willing to just let loose and just really focus on your goal, focus on your vision. So I thought about it and I'm like, you know, if I made it through those 30 days with that challenge to myself, with that one goal, imagine if every month we take one goal, and work on that one goal for 30 days, whatever it may be, for 30 days straight, and then create a habit, because 21 to 30 days can create a habit, a new habit. So, you know, for example, one thing I know I'm about to start working on more of is my grammar. Now, speaking, I know how to put on a little corporate talk. I do know how to do that when I want to. I just keep it all the way real with y'all. You know, I just let loose with y'all. But, excuse me, I wouldn't have the different licenses that I have if I didn't know how to really talk. But when I'm writing, you know, punctuation and things of that nature, you know, I want to start studying, grammar, you know, to help me out, so that as I'm writing these blog posts, they get better and better for you guys and stuff like that. So, for instance, I might take 30 days and decide, look, I just really want to focus on grammar outside of, you know, my regular day. Every day, I'm going to read article, tutorial, video, something about grammar to help me improve my grammar, because that has something to do with my purpose. This is what I'm saying. Like, so if you sit down and write out what it is that you want to do as an entrepreneur, you know, visionary dreamer, your goals, even if it's not entrepreneurship, but, you know, that you want to do as far as maybe becoming a better husband, better wife, better mom, better daughter, whatever, you know, whatever it is that you want to do, write it out. What do you think you need to get to that point? You know, you want to, you know, learn how to take some dance lessons or something like that. You always wanted to dance and you just don't have no type rhythm, you can't dance or whatever like that. I mean, you could challenge yourself for, you know, 30 days that you're going to take and watch If you can't make it to a dance studio or whatever like that because your work schedule or just because you can't find one, there's so many online courses, y'all. Now, there's like really no excuses. And not even just the courses, so many videos, so many things that you can do just by Googling and finding something and then just going through them and figuring out, you know what, I like this one. Okay, this is the one I want to run with for 30 days. This person is teaching how to do the tango, whatever. And for 30 days, I'm going to keep up with their videos, you know? Of course, the big thing, I want to lose weight, you know what I'm saying? For 30 days, each day, I'm going to cut something out of my diet that I know I shouldn't be eating. Each day. And I'm going to make a calendar and I'm going to, you know, mark it down, take it out my refrigerator, take it out my cabinets and stuff like that, throw it away, give it away, whatever. But each day, I'm going to take something out of my diet. And I'm going to commit to taking something out of my diet that I know I shouldn't be eating. Each day, I'm going to, you might want to start off just low. Just start off like 10 minutes a day working out. You know, maybe each 5 days, I'm going to, for these 30 days, each week, I'm going to bump my workout up for 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So by the end of the 30 days, you at least doing 40 minutes. You got 4 weeks in a month, you know. You do 10, 10, 10, 10. Now you up to 40 minutes. You done created a habit of working out for 40 minutes because you did it in increments. See, people, we look at, and I'm not going to say people because it's me too. Like I say, I'm talking to myself too when I talk to y'all. We look at things as the whole pie. And that's why we get fearful or we get like, you know what, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that next month. I'll do that next year. It becomes that because you don't slice the pie in quarters or in, you know, pieces and say, you know what, I'm going to eat a little bit of this today. Tomorrow I'm going to eat another piece. Tomorrow I'm going to eat another piece. You know what I mean? You decide like, okay, you're not good at saving money. In this 30 days, my goal is to start saving, say $100 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, whatever it is. So you take maybe, you know, 10% of that or whatever. Like every week you save, you know what I mean, a certain amount. Every week you save $25, you know. Then you got your 100 by the end of the 30 days. Now you done broke it up in increments instead of just saving a whole $100. I'm just using that as an example just because it's an even number, it's a low number, whatever. But you saving a whole $100, okay? You broke it up $25 so it didn't seem like it was that much. So if you're getting paid weekly, you broke it up $25 every paycheck. You just take it out automatically, or $50 if you pay every other week, or if you just pay monthly, $100. Sorry, you get no little pieces of the pie. You just gotta do the whole pie one at once. But these are little techniques that can help you to reach your goal. You know, if you know that you are a person that you kind of fear becoming, you always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but things just didn't work out in the past. And so, and your subconscious is yelling in your ear, you can't do that. You know what happened the last time. You'll never do it. You'll never make it. You're not good enough. If you constantly hearing that in your head, then maybe for 30 days, every day you write out a Post-it and you do an affirmation. I am successful. One day, day one. Put it on your mirror, your wall. Pick a spot somewhere in your house that you wake up to every day. But every day, take a Post-it and put it on your wall and say something good to yourself. You know what I mean? So day one might be, I'm successful. Day two might be, I'm a beautiful person inside out. Day three may be, I am powerful. You get the point, and on and on and on. All the things that you need to hear in your head. And then what you do is, from those post-its, as they add on every day. So say the one day you're successful, the next day you're powerful, the next day I'm beautiful. Okay, but every day that you add a new one, repeat from the beginning. And so by 30 days, you're saying all of this stuff to yourself. Do you know what that will do? How much empowerment that will have for you? You, by the end of 30 days, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I just need more. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's what happens. Consistency and little increments. That's how I did and got to this point. Little increments. You know what I mean? When I first brought my old blog back up, it was old. And I mean, to other people, they said it was nice, but I just felt like, okay, the podcast is doing well. I'm getting good response. I just owe it to you guys to upgrade the website and the blog. I owe it to you guys to start putting more information on there and just have it mapped out where, and like I said, it has I'm not going to say a long way to go, but it's so much information that I have in the archive that I'm going to put on there. So definitely, I'm going to probably do a post once a week because this is too much. And what I think I'm going to do, I'm still going to say think right now because I'm really working on, once I get finished, what I want to do. But what might wind up happening is I probably will do the podcast for 2 days a week and then post a blog post for 1 day a week because of my schedule. And I don't want to overwhelm myself, and I don't want to cheat you guys and just be throwing out information just to keep up with these days. Because I'm telling you, it's hard. Like, I'm going to be honest, today, I had no time to write down any notes or anything. And all throughout the day, I was just talking to, my spirit woman, and like, listen, what am I going to talk about today? Because I don't really have that much time to write stuff down. What am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? What is the easiest thing that I could talk about that I know, stuff that I can just kind of flow it? Entrepreneurship. I'm working on this and I'm trying to do all of this stuff to make sure that I get to the show on time and make sure I put the blog up on time. So bam, that's what I went with, And it was perfect because it's like I get to talk to you guys and just let you know the process, what the process is all about, Definitely becoming an entrepreneur. You want to do it right the first time. You want to get your legal paperwork together. You want to make sure that you incorporate, yourself in some type of way, whichever type of corporation you decide to become. I'm an LLC, limited liability, and LLC, you don't have to have a bunch of people. And one thing I'ma definitely let y'all know, a lot of people will make a company out of their name, out of their kid's name, their name. No. Never do sole proprietor. I can't say the word. Wait a minute. I didn't just say I can't. Well, it's kind of hard, challenging for me to say the word. Y'all know I say we can't say can't. Okay. Well, it's a little challenging for me to say sole proprietor, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, you don't want to put businesses in your personal name because God forbid something happens, and we know I believe we all mean well with our business, but God forbid something happens, and I don't know what type of industry you're in. Say you have a building and somebody fall on your property. Say you just have a partnership and it don't work out. However it go, they can sue you and take everything that you got going on because your business is attached to your personal name. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people will start a business because they don't understand, corporations and stuff like that. They don't understand it's intimidating to them. And this is what I'm saying about you have to be willing to study. You have to be willing to learn what you're getting into. Not just the business aspect, not just the fun part of it, not just about how to get the money part of the marketing, but the real legal aspect of it, of making sure your paperwork is right, making sure that you know how to go about paying taxes and things of that nature, because once you become an entrepreneur, you're 1099, you're responsible for paying your taxes on a quarterly basis, or however you want to pay it. You could pay it every week, however you want to pay it, but you're responsible for holding that percentage back and paying it out. These are things you need to study, you need to learn, you need to, if it's too much for you. I'm a self-taught person. Mostly everything that I do, I've learned through really putting in the hours and the time and studying and learning and researching. A lot of researching. Like I said, my grandpa was the bomb. He taught us that at a very young age, how to research, and that everything that you want is out there. You just got to figure out where to find it. And I live by that, and I thank God for blessing me with a man like that in my life to teach me that principle, because it has helped me tremendously in so many different ways. And not just me, I was able to pass that on, to my kids, and now they know how to research and they know how to find things that they really need and they really want without having to always call me up, even though they might run it past me or whatever, but they're pretty self-sufficient because of that skill. That is a skill set. Researching is a skill set. And when you want to become an entrepreneur, that is one of the best skill sets that you need to start developing and really sharpening. Let me think what else I could talk about. Know your talent. Know your talent, know your passion. Know your strength, know your weakness. Now, just because it's a weakness don't mean that it's a weakness that's gonna, it's gonna hurt you. No, just acknowledge it and know that, okay, that might be something that you might want to kind of pay somebody else to do. Learn the basics of it, but don't spend too much time on it. If this is like, if you're not good at math, you need to pay an accountant. You know what I mean? Little things like that to save you time so that you can focus on your strengths. And your strengths are the things that's going to pull you through. You have to learn how to let go of some of the responsibility. Even if you, like, for me, example, like my new little postcard would be looking like the cartoon. Even though I knew I could have did that myself, turn me into a cartoon, I had the programs to do it, I was like, this is going to take too much of my time. And I'm on a timeline. I, developed a timeline for myself. And I'm like, you have to pick and choose what's going to suck up your time, what's not. And then the things that will suck up your time, you got to be willing to pay somebody else to do it that's good at it. You know what I mean? That's what you have to be willing. Like, sometimes some people think that being an entrepreneur is, bam, you doing everything yourself. No, I'm doing a whole lot myself, a whole lot. That's basically probably the only thing that I kind of, let somebody else do so far. But I know what takes a lot of time. I know now because I've been doing all of this stuff for so many years. So I know what's going to take more time out and kind of make something else suffer. And then you can't be, as an entrepreneur, you can't, like I say, I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I'm just saying that because I've done a lot of different little entrepreneurship, type of things. But when you're trying to get a new thing off the ground, you can't be doing 50 million things. And the things that, if you're doing more than one thing, it has to complement each other. Like, for example, I'm doing the podcast and I have a blog. They are married because both of them are content driven. Both of them are something that you can take and learn from. One is written and one is audio, but they go hand in hand. So therefore, it's not like, oh, I'm taking up time from the podcast to do the blog. No, they're going to go hand in hand. They're going to help each other out down the line. That is the purpose of it. You know, you need a website so people can find you, so people can know you're serious. I'm going to say this. One thing that I do constantly, and to all you people out there that have a business that's listening, is when somebody tell me they have a certain business or they, doing a certain thing, and if I ask them like how long, and they say some years, I go right on Google or right on Bing or whatever, and I search them up. I search out where they say the business was or whatever. That's just me, because I want to know who I'm dealing with. If I'm going to do some business with you, I want to know who I'm dealing with, because I feel like this. Yes, it can cost you a lot of money to get a great website together, but there are platforms that you can do a website and just have an advertisement on there. And you really don't want to keep having somebody's advertisement on your website. That's not so professional. But to get yourself going, you might need to do something like that. And you don't have to have a whole website. You could just get a web page, and that's professional. When you starting a business, I'm gonna hit my 40-minute mark, but so I'm just going to run down the line. Starting a business, the tools that you need. Okay, one, you definitely need to figure out a name. It needs to be a name, a catchy name, and it needs to be a name that can make a person think about what you're doing. It needs to, you can't say you want to open up a pet shop and then your place is called the Chair Lounge. You know what I'm saying? That don't go. So you need to make sure you find a good name. Try to run it past some people. You don't even have to tell them that you're trying to do this. Just say, yeah, I heard about this place called such and such, and see their reaction. There's tricks around letting people know what you're doing. You need to find you a good name. You need, figure out your mission. Why are you doing this? What do you want out of this? How are you going to add to the world? Because anything you do, you need to do something that you're adding to the world. That's how you prosper, how you want to add to the world and what you plan to get out of it, how you want the future of this to be. Do you want a partnership? Do you want to do it by yourself? All of these things you need to be able to have written down. You need to be able to have these goals down. And that can be a part of your first 30-day challenge. Your first 30-day challenge can just be brainstorming. Brainstorming about your name, your advertisement, your tagline for your name. Like Nike, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that. You got to come up with that catchy stuff, along with making sure the stuff is legal and all of that. These are things you need to have in place. But the most important thing, and then I'm going to go, the most important thing is you need to have your mind right. All these shows that I've been doing, these little topics, you need to go back and look at the titles, listen to some of them, because I'm really doing the shows to get your mind right for entrepreneurship, to get your mind right for, setting goals, for going after your vision, your purpose, and things of that nature, to make sure you understand who you are, to make sure you understand the things you need to deal with internally, so that on the outside, everything reflects off of you the way it's supposed to. So that when you open up your business, you open up or you become this entrepreneur, that everybody wants to deal with you. Because they see that you're a genuine person. They see that you're pure. They don't see baggage on your back. They don't feel like you're all over the place. They don't, you make people feel comfortable because you're comfortable with you. And that's why I do this podcast show, because there's so many people out here with so much talent, so many gifts. And Or like I said, not just, artsy stuff, but so many people out here that just want better for themselves in some type of way. And these are the steps that you have to take. You have to keep it real with yourself all the way. You have to keep it real. And then once you keep it real, you have to start teaching your subconscious new things. Get rid of the old stuff, all the old words, all the old thoughts. You have to constantly, as soon as a bad old thought come in your head, you have to instantly replace it with a new one. Instantly replace it with a new one. Grab an affirmation. Go where you left your affirmations at and say it to yourself until you start believing it about yourself. And you will see the changes in yourself day by day. You will look back and say, oh my gosh, I literally I cried the other day. I was looking at the website and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, wow, God, you really trust me with these talents and these gifts. I'm so honored. I'm so honored that you trust me with these talents and these gifts. And not only did you trust me, but you gave me the confidence and the courage to just keep pursuing them no matter what. That takes some mental stuff. That takes tenacity. It takes perseverance. It takes tough skin. You have to have tough skin to be an entrepreneur. I'm trying to tell y'all. So I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all visionary dreamers and get y'all stirred up. This year is crazy. It's about to end soon. So I really want y'all to start getting in the mindset of really starting to shed the old and starting to open yourself up for the new, whatever that new may be. We all deserve new. We all deserve new starts, fresh new starts for our lives. So I'm going to leave, and I know this is so, I could talk to y'all for hours about entrepreneurship. But what I'm doing is, I'm not going to tell y'all the next step. I'm learning how to just be quiet and let y'all see as I go. But I'm working on something else once I get the blog where it needs to go. And this is what I'm saying by steps. But it will coincide with the podcast and the blog. Okay. So I'm going to miss y'all until Sunday, 7:00. Definitely 7:00 p.m. That's going to be the next show. I will be here. But definitely make sure that you start liking the podcast. The little heart. My mom couldn't find where to comment and all of this. I know it's different on your cell phone, but, like it, comment wherever you could comment about the Chronicles of Living podcast show. Share it. Share the link. I think it's a share link. Share the link on your social media pages. I would really appreciate it. I'm sure that more people would love to hear the show and can get something out of it if you're getting something out of it. So I'm going to go, and I love you guys. You are the bomb. You're enough. I'm so proud of you for the things that you're doing. Even though I can't see it, I know it. I feel it in my spirit that you are working towards goals, dreams, visions, and purpose. And you are going to and doing the damn thing right now. I love you guys. And I talk to y'all on Sunday. Get out your own way. Get out of your own way. This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from the world, saving you from drowning in yourself. And this is Chronicles of Living podcast show. Peace. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chroniclesofliving.com. Until next time, this is ADionne, your dream pusher. I love you guys.